I think Sipin, your mic. I don't think it's your bike. Your background is like
Uh,
really loud.
yeah, because I will quit here. Bye. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Alright, so streams up.
Okay.
ラーゼセイドアットマークエンハムオン
All right. We have the BMW Championship.
What's up?
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
We are waiting for the players and BBN.
Okay. Tell me.
Well, hello everyone. Today we are going to have a match, first match of the BMW Cup. We have Mika, Randhomme, NFSWFR, and TopPlayson on this first set of matches with the BMW 135i. And commentating, we have Race and N.
Home
Hello.
deal.
And you want to take it away?
Yeah. Wait, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Okay.
You're not supposed
Hello.
to swear.
Hello and welcome to the BMW Cup. I am N and I am with the race. Hola and
Hello.
bienvenidos o Copa BMW. Isso N e estuco race.
Our apologies for his terrible Portuguese. Okay. Good evening, everybody. So today, we'll be racing over a series of tracks with the BMW i35. So, for everyone's information, the tracks were pre-decided. So the rotation was pre-decided. So players have had a week or two to practice these tracks with this specific car. The tune is the same for everyone, so they are all on equal level. Um, for for more information on such events, join the New Horizon Project Discord channel, which should be linked in the description below. Um, so going into this tournament, and who do you think is favored in this group, and why do you think so?
From what I have seen with the people that have been practicing in the group A, I have seen a lot of playing from Playson, particularly because he always shows up in the voice chat. And FR does pretty much a lot of streams playing the tier every week. Mika plays a lot of Night Riders and World United from time to time. And Random, who I have not much seen on the World United, but he comes from Night Riders and he's a very experienced driver there. So, pretty good competition from the four drivers in the Group A.
Yep, yep. So, I'll just state this right now. In my honest opinion, I think Rand is top four ever. Like, he is one of the very few that has silver or Aragon pace. So, but I don't know about his consistency when it comes to multiplayer, which is completely different from, single player runs, right? So, let's see how much he's practiced, because no one knows how much he's practiced. I think most of his practice was done offline. I know Mika has been practicing a lot. Oh, sorry, not a lot actually. He practiced more of the S1 TA this week rather than the B class TA. But let's see. I'm very curious to know, because this is so something that must not be overlooked is the fact that Rand, I think, came first in the qualifiers.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Yep. So he beat Aragon, Silver, Roman, Mika, and
Atom.
Atom Bomb. Yeah. So he definitely has pace for sure. The question is, can he convert it into a, you know,
Multiplayer.
into multiplayer pace, into real life race pace? So, John, can you just show the map for us to explain the tracks that are on?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Okay, so the first race that we have is which one again? I can't remember. Can someone tell me which was?
Yeah.
Okay, I found it. It's rank quarter.
So the first race will be Ram Quarter.
which was the qualifying track.
Ah, okay. So, and what would you like to talk about when it comes to Ram Quarter? What is your opinion on this track?
So Rum Quarter, I think, is based on the old Carter track,
Yep.
which is pretty much the tutorial track that you play on World United.
Yep.
This track is pretty simple, acceleration based and top speed based. There is um, there is the start, which is Sinas, and then
Yep.
there's the the sort of spiral to go up into the bridge, and then you go into the two road section with both bridges, and you go into the long straightaway section into the tunnel,
Yep.
and then it's a sharp 90-degree corner into Chinatown, and then there's the cuts with the four-way or two-way road. I don't know what you call it, and it's a lap. It's a pretty easy track, in my opinion. One mistake can cost you the race itself, though.
Yep.
So
Yep.
be careful on any major mistake.
Yep. So a couple of tricky corners will definitely be at the end of the Main Street Bridge, the left-hander into the trees, the most hated corner in World United history. Um, then there is, of course, the 90-degree turn, where the understeer that this car sometimes has kicks in hard, and it can cause you to underbrake, which obviously will make you hit the wall, and that loses you a lot of speed because you need at least 190-ish into the jump for you to have a good landing. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a 160 landing, which could be really bad, especially if you're going into lap two. But it seems like we have all four players ready. So the first track will be Ram Quarter. Do they know this?
Oh, we're not of all four
Yeah, you
players
should
ready.
tell them that. Yep,
No.
Ram
Okay,
Quarter.
FR's in the group.
Okay.
Um, so we should start the race shortly.
Yep, yep. B class tune. So, yeah, so this corner, this left-hander into the trees, that is something everyone has to look out for because one tree hit can mean that you're way slower into the straight, which could gain you at least half a second if you do this properly. This corner, in my opinion, this left-hander into a right-hander before the 90-degree is so important, so underrated. Because if you get a 250 exit here, you are gaining at least 3 or 4 tenths into your lap. And this break into this corner and this jump, very important. And I'm curious how to see how they will perform in this track because often when you do a lot of SP runs, single player runs, you try to translate that pace into MP and you often end up failing, right? So I'm curious how conservative they will be when it comes to their lines in this race.
We should see it in a few minutes, as the race will wait until everyone is readied up.
It's nighttime. Oh, that should be interesting. It's nighttime. That will change things up.
That
That is
can do a difference because your vision is reduced in nighttime and it's better to play it in daytime. But we should see still interesting competition from the four players.
yep.
Alright, so
Fun thing to notice: all four of these races are from Apex Racing. So that's a fun little coincidence.
We're spoiled for
Okay.
favorized commentary. We're spoiled for that. But I remain neutral. This is four of my teammates, so I remain neutral. Thankfully.
Okay. Look at that place in vinyl, bro. Look at that Mika vinyl, bro. That place in. Oh my god, look at that Rand vinyl. We are very creative when it comes to the vinyls. OP. Um, I don't see FR in the lobby. Join game
I
failed.
think.
This is.
Yeah,
Oh,
FR has a game fail.
yeah. Yep,
So,
yep.
so restart if possible.
Or maybe just ask. Yeah, okay, he's in. Mika just has to come in now. Is Mika in lobby?
No, Mika
Yes.
left.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's in. Everyone's in. Everyone's in. Just go.
Okay,
Just
okay,
go.
everyone's in.
Okay,
No,
ready?
Mika's not in, bro.
He is in.
Mika is in.
Oh, okay, my bad, bro. Cause I have the delay. I don't know
Yeah,
where you're
okay.
watching it, bro.
The ward. You check the link in the chat. Okay, but we start. As we go into the first corner, all of them are together. Playson has a very good start so far. Oi, Mika and FR go a bit wide. Rand takes a better line. Playson is rapid, but he goes wide, just as I say that. And Rand takes the lead of the race. Followed by Playson, followed by FR, followed by Mika.
It's really close racing for the moment. I don't see any major mistakes from four of the players. So anyone's game still, but Random has a quite a lead over the second place, but Playson and Mika catching up on the straight
Oh,
line.
oh, oh. Rand goes wide. Rand goes wide. I think he's just trying to keep more speed, but I don't think going wide is a strategy. Because look at Playson. He's caught up so close. He's so close to Rand right now. Okay.
It seems like it was not a fruitful strategy from Random, but he is still
Oh,
in
oh,
first position.
oh. What is happening? What is happening? They hit the wall. Rand, Mika is catching up to Rand. Mika had a. I don't know what happened because I thought he went into the perceived breakover. Mika's right behind Rand and Playson falls back. This is so close, dude.
FR needs
Run goes
FR
wide. Run goes wide. Run goes wide. Mika's the lead. Mika's the lead.
Mika
Really tough
taking the
fight.
lead from Random.
A really tough fight on the last positions as well.
Oh, look at Ryan. He got a better exit of the turns, and now he's into the lead into the main street. Does he go wide? Okay. Okay, Mika takes the lead. This is so close between the two Knight Riders. This takes me back to that Blacklist race. As we go into the tree section, who's gonna take more optimally? They both take it very well. They both take it very well. It's gonna come down to the last two sections. It's gonna come down to who can be braver when it comes to the right into the left-hander. As they go in Mika an inch in front of Rand. As they go to take the turns. Oh, so tight from Mika. All he needs to do is nail this last part. Rand has a
Who's
better
gonna get the
exit.
last
Rand has a
corner?
better exit. Rand has a better exit. Rand goes into the shortcut in the lead. Will he convert? Will he convert? Will he convert? He
Who's gonna
does.
get the first place?
Oh my lord.
That was insane
Oh
close
my
racing.
lord. Oh my god, that was insanely good.
Point
It
zero
was.
six is insane. That insane
Oh
racing
my
from
lord.
the top two.
That was superb racing from both of them. What was Mika's time at the end of it, Ryan?
I'm going to check.
Yeah.
It was a oh wait, who is the
Wait.
time?
Rand or Mika's, anyone's is fine.
So Mika's time was, if my computer can stop being slow, it
Oh, and
was.
by the way, you can just use John's POV thing. He has linked it in the chat for the VC.
Oh, bro, I was looking at the fucking FR stream, bro.
Yeah. You can check that. It's live. I think FR and Mika have a 5-second delay. But damn, bro.
Hold on. Okay.
Wow. Okay. That was insanely close.
Dude,
Oh,
you couldn't know who was in front. That how much it
yeah.
was close.
My God.
226.49 from Mika and 226.40 by Random. So as you can
Ooh,
see, it is pretty close.
600ths of a second to split them. That's insanely close. And it all came down to that last corner. Remember when I said, if you underbrake, you're gonna land into trouble. I think Rand braked a little earlier than Mika into that corner, which allowed him to get a better exit and thus the lead of the race. But ballsy call from Rand to brake early, because if Mika got that corner perfectly done, could have been a different story.
I
What a
mean,
race to start off the cup.
yeah, exactly. I don't have any words for that race. It was
Yeah,
simply too close.
it was. And I think this is perfect. This sets the tone for this cup. If because this is exactly why we love to see players duke it out in equal machinery, right? It provides for such close races because all that separates these players now is their skill and nothing else. So just hats off to all of them.
I give
Um,
my hat to four of the players.
Yep, to all of them. So that was a 226.4 from Rand and a 226.49. So remember, they don't have bug and they're still posting 26 and 27s. That is insane pace if you think about it.
Yeah,
So good.
this is as a reference to the people watching. This would be a number 10 time from both of these players if it was for now. Tying
They,
with Sampaio.
they would be only five. I think if my no bug time was still like, I think it would be 1 second slower than their times. And it's insane how quick they are. Banco
All right,
Empire. Okay. Wow.
the next track would be Manco Empire. I don't know the track, so Raze, you will
Okay.
have to do the
Yeah.
talking.
So this is a Silverton track. All right. That's all you need to know. I can give you a rundown by saying that the last time I played this track was for a C class TA, where the optimum cars were um cars were like super tech cars. So like Xara WRC or the Caterham or the 914. So very tech oriented track. So it's hard to describe the track because it takes some turns that are not seen in usuals. So John, could you just go run through the track? Thank you. So we start off. It's a circuit, obviously. Just pointing that out. So we start off with a launch that the CNOS will definitely prefer. We go into the turn, slow and calm. First turn is being this turn. Pretty easy if you know the lines. Yeah, this one I expect people to brake a bit earlier, just not to risk hitting the pursuit breaker or that bus stop. You go in here, you take a wide line approach, try not to hit obstacles. As you hit the apex, go into the outside. Now you can either choose to go on the left or the right. This depends on the car. I would go left, honestly, with the BMW because of its understeeriness. But it'll be interesting to see what the players will do. Here, obviously, I think the jump will be kind on the BMW. Doesn't lose that much speed. Now here, you have to go wide. Make sure you hit the sign or the bus stop as you take that right turn. Then you make sure you don't hit any trees in this uphill here. You keep going forward. You keep going forward. You hope that you have good RNG when it comes to this jump right here. Should be okay. The BMW does not look like it'll take it very well, so it will be up to RNG. The neon mile turn, pretty hard. This is a pretty hard turn because you don't know exactly where the apex is starting, so you have to like kind of know your lines with this car. Hopefully the players have practiced that, because if they didn't, it might lead to some catastrophic results. Now this jump, not very good. You have to hope for the best. And this final turn, this I think will determine in a lot of the race. Will they take the risk of a wall bang into the turn, or will they simply brake for it? God knows, because I don't know how much they have practiced this track. Let's see.
But the main game changer would be in my opinion, would be the Neon Mile turn and the last, I
Yep,
guess, a hairpin corner,
yep,
because it's near the finish line and it can really, really fuck up someone's race if you do not
yep,
have momentum into the second lap.
yep. For sure, for sure. I agree in all terms, and especially for the first lap. And even if say we have a Rand Mika situation where you're heading into the last corner, just 0.1 seconds away from each other. Okay, Playson left the lobby. Wow, he left the group. OP.
I think we may have a crash from
Might
Playson.
be. Might be.
Unfortunate.
Okay.
So we will be back in a few minutes until Playson restarts his game.
Yep. So just to make you all understand how important this last section will be for them, um, if you don't make that hairpin correctly, you are losing more than a second for sure because you're going into a long straight, into a corner that needs a lot of speed to carry you through it. So yeah, you need to make sure you get that hairpin down perfectly because if you don't, you're in a lot of trouble. I
You
think it
also
looks like
need to
John. Yeah, sorry.
you also need to watch out for the sort of cut at the start because people might hit the person breaker and the bus stop if I remember correctly,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that might lead to losing speed as well. But other than that, I think the RNG jump and all of that can cost some time, but the main difference is that will be from that last hairpin corner and maybe the neon mile corner because sometimes people just do a mistake. They hit a
Yep.
tree or they go too wide, and
Yep.
that might cause a lot of problems later on in the race, especially after the neon mile. There's a straight line, and then the hairpin, there's a straight line.
Yep. It'll be
I guess
interesting
we
to
will
see
see
how it works.
yeah, we will see how the competition will go.
Yep.
Now we are just waiting for Playson to come back.
No problem. So from the first um track, I think we can sufficiently say that all four players have been practicing the sweats that they are.
But
But
we cannot be sure for the all of the tracks because technically this is the qualifying track. This is the track that they
true,
have been playing the most with this
true, true.
car. So this is where the challenge comes. Will they have played the other tracks, or they just have been sleeping on their bed, not practicing with that car on the other tracks? We will see. I guess, I guess now.
Yeah. Okay. Um, he has one hell of an error that I've never seen before. Custom name colors error. Huh.
Huh? Where are you seeing that, bro?
In the voice chat.
Whoa. I
Yeah, I've
think
never seen that one before.
this is related to your connection, bro.
Is it? I see. Okay.
Because it's something like I mean, I assume or the site is down. I don't know actually. It might be one
Either way,
of those.
and since we have some time, let's talk about this week's time attacks. Um, okay, let's focus on the E-class one first, because you obviously drove it, right?
Yes. Let me introduce you to Silk Street. So Silk Street, how can I explain it? This is a track really relying on how good you land at corners. It does not matter if you take the corners good or bad. The main point of this track is momentum, and you
Yes,
have to get the
sir.
momentum from the jumps that are terribly bad because I cannot curse. The jumps are totally random, even with the best car, with the best landing stat. Even if there's no landing stat, I just call it landing stat.
Mhm.
Um, you basically have 50-50 chance of getting a good landing or a bad landing. There is methods to have a good landing every time, but you need to know them. And unfortunately, if you do not know them, you are basically going to the casino. Uh, so as for the track itself, it's a pretty high speed track. The best car I would recommend is either well, mainly the DC2 with green tune, or you can go with another alternative way. You can go and play with the Civic SIF G2, which has done an incredible time of 14.270 by Arwegon, which is currently number 2 time, even though he holds number 1 time with the Integra. Um, I guess you can call it dominance from Arwegon, but yeah, that's what I can judge from it. Um,
I just call it
Okay,
controller
update,
difference.
update. PlayStation has
Okay.
come back.
Oh, okay.
okay, we will talk about the other TA when we will return to a break.
Okay. Now we go back into Mango Empire. Just to remind you all, Silverton track, which means mistakes are more common than actual racing lines. And for usually if we have a race in Silverton, everyone makes a mistake somewhere or the other because this area is so prone to making mistakes, right? So I think very experienced players like Mika and Rand will definitely have a small advantage. But as I say that, I remember that FR is literally the most experienced player of these all. So uh, let's see how it goes.
Okay, so as we're speaking, the players are being invited. We are going to wait for everyone. Playson, please, son, do not crash again. Thank you very much. Muito obrigado. Um, so we are about to start really soon, as we are checking for the combinations, and we are starting now.
All right, let's see how this goes. Again, C not start, so you can take it away.
And here we go. Good start from Mika and Playson. Random with a bit worse start than usual. As for FR, Mika taking the inside line over Playson and then watch out for the cut. That was a really close cut, but Playson did a slight mistake. Slight mistake also from a random hitting the wall. Um, as
Random
well as
going on the
Playson.
outside. Random going on the outside, taking the better line, and it pays off because he's now caught up to FR and Mika. So I think the outside line's better because of how understated this car is. And he made this huge mistake at the the tire shop place at the Pussy Breaker, and he's catching up Blazin. Oh my lord, look at the pace from Blazin. But Mika out in the front, no chance of catching up to him. Um, yeah, it looks like all four of them have got him pretty well, but Mika, oh, what
What
Playson,
is Playson doing?
Playson, Playson,
Playson. Que
lines.
hizo? Que hizo? Que hizo,
Look at this
Playson?
line. This is why I said you need to practice. That neon mile corner will catch you out if you don't know the track very well. The jumps. Okay, here we come to the hairpin. This is I'm very interested to see. Okay, all of them do the wall bang into the turn. FR hits the water.
Slight
This is
hit
exactly what I'm
by
talking about.
FR.
Now look at Ryan. Look at Ryan catch up to him slowly but surely. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The momentum that that corner gives you is insane. But Ryan hits trees, I think. He
Yeah,
does.
I think
FR
he
Did
hit
hits.
a
did
retreat.
Yeah, look at this. Look at that.
Slight mistakes from all the players, except for Mika. I haven't seen a mistake from Mika, which is doing an
Mika
incredible
is
run.
flying. Mika is flying. Mika
Mika
is
has
flying.
disappeared
Mika is
into the
going fast.
distance.
But Ryan going on the outside. This is gonna net him at least a couple of tens on FR unless. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. He's catching up because he has more speed into this jump. Will FR be able to keep second place? But it looks like Mika is dominating this track so far.
We don't even see him on the
Oh,
camera, bruh.
look at this. Rand's catching up. FR made a small mistake. FR hit the edge of the corner. Rand is catching up. If he gets second place, this is good. This is good. But look at Mika. Mika is so far out in the front. Ryan gets a good
Here
landing.
comes the
FR
neon
will
mile
have.
corner. Here comes the neon
FR
mile
will have.
corner.
FR is wall riding. FR is wall
FR.
riding. FR will it? Look at it. Look at the XSP though. He is catching up.
It's
He is
working.
catching up.
He's cooking. He's
It's
cooking. He's
working.
cooking.
He's cooking.
He's cooking.
Last hairpin corner. Hairpin corner. Oh my god.
Oh, oh.
It's gonna be close to the line, and it's Mika, Random, FR, and PlaySon. Really
Oh
close
my
ending with
lord.
Random and FR. Really
Oh
close
my
ending.
lord. Dude, the gamble to go for the wall ride was insane and it nearly worked out. If he got the hairpin perfectly, I think he would have gotten it. I am so impressed with his guts to go with that. Oh my
I, I
lord.
I have one comment to ask, bro. FR, what were you cooking on the neon Maya corner, bro? What? I mean, while riding, sure, but it did work out for him, which surprised me even, bro. You do not wall ride on that neon Maya corner. You take wide line and then you take it to the inside. But
Yeah. FR
unfortunately for him,
showing.
it hasn't worked out for him. But really good effort. I'll give him to that. Really good effort
Yep.
as he was catching up to a random.
Yep. And I think this race from Mika shows of exactly what we were talking about in terms of playing it safe. Mika did everything by the book. He didn't take any risks. He didn't do anything stupid. He just stuck to the normal racing line. Did not try to push the limits of the track. He just made zero mistakes, and that paid off for him handsomely. And that is exactly what we'll be looking. I think that every driver wants to do today, right? Not make mistakes that might cause them a second or two. It's to just maintain some pace that will allow them to consistently finish the tracks. But yeah,
Honestly, same comments from me for Mika because Mika incredible driving. Haven't seen a mistake. Well, maybe because John Wesley did not aim the camera at him, but we do not ask any questions for that.
I
But
mean, it's not
incredible.
his fault, right?
It's not his fault. We were watching the battle between Random and FR, but
Yep.
he got first. He got first. He got first. I don't
He
have any
got
comment.
first. He
Next
got first,
race.
made a mistake.
Next race we're going into, and it's again a track that I do not know. Great point. So you can take it away, Mr. Rays.
All right. So, John, would you like to give us a rundown on the track before you start? Just let them know in chat that you're gonna do that before you start, okay? You type very fast, by the way. That's so cool. All right. So, great point. I hate this track personally, and everyone except for David does. So I'll just take you into this track though. So this is a Camden track. So that should tell you more than enough about how shit this track is. My apologies for that language, but yeah, it is a shit track. All right. So we go into this corner. Yeah, this is pretty standard stuff here. It's an understated car, remember? So I don't know how they're gonna take this. I would personally give a tap and the throttle and then take this. We go into this jump, which is the first RNG point. You can either get a very good jump that only lets you like a -5 top speed, like -5 speed, or you can get -20, depends on your RNG. This jump, very good, very cool stuff. You crash almost every time. Even better,
Thi-
there is the so you see the shortcut
This
here?
is a
Yeah.
game changer. This is a game
This is a
changer.
game changer because
This
no one's gonna break and take it like he did. Everyone's gonna try and wall ride this. I wonder if they are gonna push that. I wonder. I wonder if people are gonna take that risk because if someone does take that risk and they pay it off, they are gaining at least 1 second. That's how important that shortcut is.
um
As we go into
a-
this, yeah.
alternatively, you can take the wide line, but you will lose time if someone well rides. But taking
Yeah.
the wide line, meaning that you will be safe as well. Taking the line that John just took is also beneficial, but we basically whatever is better for you. If you want to take risk, go for the wild ride and pray that you live.
Okay, John, can you just take us to the track once more? But this time, just do the wall ride for us.
Yes,
Just for us to show how risky it is.
sure.
So
I,
that
I,
is okay. Yeah. Go on.
I would like to additionally say that the wall ride does not work for all of the cars. Some of the cars are really good with it. Some of the cars are not good with it. I haven't tested the BMW
It's not.
135.
It's
It's
not good with
probably
it.
not.
Yep.
But
No,
here
it
you're
is
gonna
not.
see the wall ride explained by Race.
Yep. So the wall ride, essentially, you do not actually try to ride the wall. You try to see if you hit the wall like this. That is one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is to hit the barrier thing, the green light thing, and try to bounce off it. Both are incredibly risky because what usually ends up happening is your car is like a ballerina. It starts turning around and spinning around. you either have to reset or you have to reverse and try to put your car back onto position. Either way, you lose a lot of time. But if you pull it off, you're gaining at least half a second to 1 second, depending on how well the others take their line. Now, this jump should be fine because the car is heavy, it'll land very fast. The tunnel section should not cause massive problems unless they manage to understeer into the end of the tunnel. This jump, bit RNG, but as long as you know your lines, you should be fine. So that is this track. Wonderful track in my opinion. Everyone who likes it should. I should not say that into this stream, but I don't. I hope that your pillows will be warm, and I hope that you'll get lice. Yep. Yep.
I'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't not. Well,
No
I'll
problem.
just be back.
Yep. Yep. No problem. So, okay. So this speaks S1TA. That's what we're gonna talk about, right? So I played, I think, for an hour and a half, and I wish I didn't waste so much time of my life on it. So the TA involves a huge jump, dude. That jump is the worst in this world, bro. I'm telling you, this whoever designed that track should I hope both the sides of their pillows are warm. But yeah. Either way, I think S1T is pretty good. I think the Dodge Viper ACR does 248 for sure, as long as you try really hard. And as long as you get very good RNG, 248 should be possible on a lot of cars. Maybe the F40, maybe the ACR. How Roman did it, how Roman did 249 with the E46, I do not know. That's just Roman being Roman, insanely goated in the game. Arrows 249.9 with the Ford GT is very impressive because I tried the Ford GT and I was not even close into his space. So props, hats off to him. Mika was experimenting with the M1 Pro car. That is, I don't see a 249 with it, but he does. So let's see what he can do with that. But either way, this week TA is not that bad. E-Class TA, snooze fest. I literally fall asleep while doing it. But the others pretty good, pretty fun. Um, yeah, it's the S1 TA that I'm talking about. It is bad, bro. It requires so much RNG that uh, I much rather go to a casino to spend all my luck on that.
Do you think
So
the A class? Do you think the E class is better, bro? The E class
I
is
think the
literally
E-Class is better because hear me out. E-Class is all
okay.
about
Okay.
hear me out, hear me. E-Class is about the jump, right? It's just the jumps.
Yeah, but it's still
Not
RNG. RNG, my guy. So it's bullshit.
S1TA,
That's mean it's
S1
bullshit.
shut up. S1TA is one huge jump, and that is make or break your run. Before that, you have to do the Route 55, the Gray Point wall bank that I was talking about. Perfect
Okay.
that. Then you have to cut into this huge ass jump. Got it. And then you have the oil refinery end part, the Iron House and Coast part, right? Where you go to the oil and refinery straight, and then you take the hard right instead of going straight. After the tunnel. I don't think you know what I'm talking about. Do you?
No, bro. I've
Yeah.
not played the
That
TS.
yeah, that is bad. There is you have to hope that your end section is perfect. You have to get the perfect wall bank that you need, like in the track Fisher and interchange. So yeah, not good. This S1TA is really bad in terms of RNG. And if anyone does 248, I'm gonna advise them to go to a casino or to invest in stocks because I think they're gonna be so rich by the end of it. But alright, I think Playson has joined. We are ready. What is next? What is the next track, John?
It's Great Point.
Great
Yeah,
point.
yes. I am so dumb. My bad. I knew.
Bro, we were talking about it for 5 minutes. How can you forget?
I am sleepy. It's 3 a.m. Okay. Okay.
Should have not even commented it in the first place, but thank you very much.
Oh wow. Alright.
Nah, I'm not dissing you. I'm not dissing you, but
Alright.
sorry.
No, no, no.
Sorry.
Just joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go into the race in a few minutes when we have both. We have 4 players ready, and we are missing 4 FR. And FR, I think, is AFK.
No, he's back.
Never mind, the FR is not AFK.
Here we go. So it'll be very interesting. I think this is gonna be one of the most interesting races because I want to see how they take that wall ride. It'll be very interesting. And I think so far in terms of points, Mika and Rand are tied, right? Yeah,
Yes.
they should be. They have one
Yes.
first place each, second place each. So I'm hoping FR or Playson does a number on them in this track because this is so RNG that I think anyone could win this. That's the type of thing I'm hoping for. So let's see. Let's see how it goes.
I think the main game changers are going to be the wall rides. Actually,
Yep.
it's only the wall ride and I
Only the
guess the
wall ride.
jump.
Everything else is yep, yep. If you get the wall rides done, you're on pace for sure. But let's see.
Let's get
The
into
wall
it.
rides.
Here we go. A good start by Playson once again, and Random. Slightly back are the. I guess that's both equal starts from everyone. FR, I think he did a mistake, but tied with Mika and Random going
They're all
into the corner.
yep, they're all very close going into the corner. This is the first test of their RNG. Will they get good jumps into this turn? No one has slowed down. Everyone's taken it perfectly. And now we go into the most pivotal part of the race. They all
No
make it
mistakes from the
perfectly.
wall rides.
No mistakes on the wall ride. And Mika goes on the outside. Rand goes on the inside. It's pretty much the same. I don't think that
Mika has more exit speed though. Mika has more exit speed.
oh
Eh,
my lord,
eh,
but I think Rand has managed to keep his pace. Rand has managed to keep pace.
Yeah,
Yep.
it looks settled now. It looks settled. So Random is in first, followed by Mika, followed by Afar, and Playson is back there. The jump. Watch out for not losing too much speed there. Random not having any much issues going through there, as well for Mika and the
Oh,
others. There was a hit. Actually, there's not a hit. It's pretty much like, but Mika catching up on Random, which is
yeah, I
critical.
think Rand had a bad jump. Yeah, I think Rand had a bad jump there, which is why Mika is catching up to him. Oh, okay. That's so
Yeah,
tight.
yeah,
Did Rand hit?
he's
Rand
making
hit
them
props?
type.
Yeah, Rand hit props. Rand hit props. Rand hit some prop, I think, because he's a bit slower than Mika right now.
We're
Mika is
going
catching
into
up
the
to him.
second jump and wall ride though. We're getting the second jump and wall ride.
So, wall right jumps first. Jump perfect from both of them. Yep, no issues from both of them as expected. Now the wall right can get anyone. Oh, oh, they both have such bad wall rides, but it's I think equally bad for both of them. And Mika takes the inside lane this time.
There's no change. There's no change. It's
And
pretty much equal. But I think Random had the better wall ride. It seems.
Yeah. I think Mika had such a bad wall ride that FR and Playson are catching up to him. John, we don't want to see you. We want to see the race. Okay, thank you.
I don't know if FR can catch up on Mika though. I don't think
Don't-
so.
It's pretty close. I think Rand has this
Can you
set
aim
in.
the camera properly, John? We want to see back of Mika, bro. Oh my.
Okay, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's
Okay,
not
well,
that bad.
no,
It's not that bad.
it's settled.
Yeah,
It's settled.
yeah.
Random,
Okay,
Mika, FR, and Playson. So I
that
guess
first wall right settled it. Yep.
I do not think Mika should have went. Actually, I don't know. I don't
It's
know
not the
if.
outside, right? It's just that second wall
No,
right that
no, you
got
do not go on the outside. I don't know what. I don't know what Mika was thinking. He did not lose that much time,
yeah,
but
he
he
had
did
more
not
speed.
gain. He had more
I
speed
think
into the wall rides.
yeah, I think it was just a second lap wall ride. I think Rand had more speed of the exit, which is why he had such a huge gap towards the straight, right? But I think so. Something that I noticed, Mika did not take the outside for the second lap. He took the inside after the wall ride, which might have costed him because he went on a different line. I don't think he was confident with because he lost a lot of time after that. But either way, he managed to keep second place, which is essential because we have a couple of more races left, right? It's not the end of the thing yet. So there is still time for them to catch up to him. But so far, such great races, man. This is exactly why we want equal performance in all cars.
It looks like a incredible performance by all of these players. Really keeping it close. There's no one really falling back majorly. That is impressive level from all these players. But for the moment, the leader is Random with I presume I I'm not sure how much
I think it's
points. Random has
yeah.
8, Mika has 7, and FR has 3, and Payson has 0. There is a close fight for the first place, and there is still room to fight between FR and Playson. If Playson does one good race, he can come back on FR. So not all hope is lost for him.
Yeah. So there is a chance that going around would have been faster for Mika rather than taking the inside wall ride after the first wall ride. Maybe. But again, it's like it's ifs and buts. You can't tell what could have happened, right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I could look back into the wall, right? But I don't. Everyone basically had an equal rod, right? It's just that Mika went at the outside. He had more exit speed, but
That's
it
what.
was already
Maybe that
too
exit speed
late.
is better. Yeah, maybe that exit speed was better than wall riding on the inside. Because it does if you get that exit speed right, it gives you speed not only into the next 2-3 corners, also onto the straight if you can maintain that speed.
That is true. That is true.
So maybe, yeah,
Um,
maybe going on the outside was better.
we're going into the next track, which
Yeah.
is bro. I mean, I don't know what track it is,
It's
but it was West something
this
something.
park and
Oh,
forest.
West Park and Forest. Okay, I got this. I got this. So vanilla track. You
Can
can
I
go.
can I explain this one or no?
Go. You can go if you want to go. You go.
Okay. So this track, this one you can take both the jump or go around, but going around will gain you some time. Um, and then you have to take the jump without losing too much speed, which should be equal to every cars. Then you will have to do this corner. This corner has a cut. If you do the cut correctly, you will gain some time. If you do not do the cut, you might lose time over the people who will do the cut. Then you have to wall bounce here and get this a good exit on here. The better exit you will get from here, the better you will be, technically.
Hmm.
Um, here you have to take the basic. You don't have to take. You have multiple choices here. You can either take the outside of the terminal, or you can take the inside and break the iron barrier wall. Here it's a straight line, pretty simple. There's not really much to say about it. Then we're going into the forest section near the golf section, the golf section. So here it's pretty much simple lines. Not much to say. Here you take the cut. Watch out to not have much airtime on here because airtime will kill you. Here take the inside of the road. Go straight. There's not much here. Watch out here. Do not avoid hitting props as trees, poles, garbage, bus stops. Here, really watch out on the trees. Really critical to watch out on the trees. Here as well, you have to watch out for hitting any construction or pole because here it's a narrow street as well as the trees or the houses props. Then going into the straight line, not much to say. Watch out to not hit any props once again. Here we're gonna go into the roundabout, which you have to take. This is gonna be the game changer most likely because you have to take this as fast as possible. If you brake too much, you're gonna lose speed. Here, going into a fast section, watch out to not hit trees or poles. And once again, then we're going into the fast speed corner, which should be equal for everyone because they have the car. Here, we're going into the tree section. You have to hit the barrier as further the gap so you don't lose speed. because if you lose speed, you will lose momentum and etc. etc. You go into the full speed section, not much to say, and then the finish line is right here. So to me, the game changer should be the roundabout and the pretty much the roundabout in my opinion, unless you
So
see and the hairpin corner, where you have to wall bound, and the
yeah,
cut at the start. We're going into the race
yeah,
now, and Brace, you can take it.
yeah. So considering the number of game changes that you have said, it sounds like every part of this track is a game changer, and it's true. There's a lot of this is a vanilla track, which means everyone, pretty sure everyone, especially Randhomme, has played this track inside out. So this is a Randhomme special, the West Park and Forest, similar to Highway 142. He is very well versed with this track. So there's a lot of things that you have to maintain. The jump, the first jump, is very important. That's why you go on the outside to maintain speed on it. The shortcut after was very important. You need that shortcut to gain the 2-3 cents, the wall bang, the best station, the props, etc., etc. But let's see. As we
Here
start
we
off with the
go.
series, Rand and Mika get good launches off. Rand going so inside that
Playson
is
did not
oh,
have the best start.
Rand
Random
goes to
going
the
for the
inside.
jump,
Oh my lord.
but
Okay,
he will not
listen.
have enough
He knows,
speed. Maybe,
but
maybe
he
he
knows
does
his
enough
track.
speed.
We know this track inside out, but it does not look like it's paid off for him. It looks like FR and Mika taking the lead, Rand behind him. I think Playson
He
had
can
a
still take the cut. There's the cut.
he will,
Here the
he
cut.
will,
We're
he
gonna
will,
see
he
some
will.
fails maybe.
All of them take the clutch. All of them. Oh,
FR fails. FR
FR.
fails. FR hits the wall.
And now Rand, he is not. Oh my lord, they're going so cautiously now. Placing with way more speed into this corner this is why, especially by the ball bang is so important because you're going into a long straight as Placing goes to the lead. Now they have to take the bus station. Placing is going way wider than Rand. Rand goes on the inside left. Okay, that is
He's gonna
weird
lose
because
speed
Placing
on.
has so
He's gonna
much.
lose speed on Playson. Um,
Mika is so far ahead if you look at that map. Look at him. Look at him. He's so far ahead.
the
As Playson is
consistency of this
second.
man.
Consistency of
Uh,
this man on any input on any car.
so here we have Playson in second place, which he's doing a comeback, and FR Random needs to do something because they all have crashed either from the shortcut or have done a mistake by doing the jump, which I still do not understand, but whatever. Watch
Yeah,
out to not get airtime here and bump the wall. Pretty much
no,
fine. This is
but I think Rand
we're
had a
gonna
better
see some
exit.
mistakes. We're gonna see
Rand
some
had a better
mistakes
exit.
here.
Yep. Maybe. Rand had a better exit into this corner, and Rand hits the inside. He hits the tree. He hits
Kids
the poles.
pulls.
Oh
Ooh.
no, this is not a good race for Rand so far. As
I,
Mika, look at Mika. He's so far ahead of
Mika
all of them.
is almost 2% in front of Playson. This is incredible performance by
Rand
this man.
Rand is going a bit wide, but he manages to not hit any poles or trees so far. He could still get second place and match Mika. But if he gets third place, he falls behind Mika on the standings. So this is especially important for him to get second place. FR is actually behind them. FR is not that far up.
FI is
Roundabout.
really behind. He might have
Oh,
done a
Playson,
lot of mistakes.
Playson messes up. Playson messes up.
Playson
Playson messes up.
fails slightly. Random with more exit
Rand,
speed.
Rand is going so into the inside. He's not going wide. He gets better speed into this corner. No, this is very important. I don't think you mentioned
This is very important.
This
He
shot,
needs to hit the barrier correctly. If he did
hit it
not hit
sideways.
it,
He has to hit it sideways. Place it. Go straight into it.
Playson,
Run. Oh.
they have both
That's so
explode speed.
They both have X speed. Now it depends on the. No, I think Rand has a bit more speed. No, he doesn't. Okay, it's
It's
equal.
gonna be settled. It's gonna be settled. It's
It's
GG's.
It's
And
GG's.
Mika
Rand
takes the first place.
El Mika with I think a 259. That is insane pace, bro. Insane pace from Mika. I don't think he made a single mistake. My God, Playson locked in,
Incredible.
bro. Incredible from Playson. He absolutely locked in. He had such a bad start, but he locked in, bro. Insane stuff. Bro.
Incredible comeback from Playson right here, which will come back on FR. He will come back. I assumed it's gonna be 4 for FR and 3 from Playson. So congratulations to Playson. Here we're gonna talk about the performances. Mika, no mistakes at all. Did the cut perfectly. Did the wall bounce correctly at the start. did the terminal part as well. Haven't done any major mistakes. Didn't really hit poles as I see him on the Twitch stream. And did the roundabout correctly, hit the barrel correctly. No mistakes from this man. Incredible performance from him. Random, lot of mistakes. There was a lot of mistakes. I don't know why the hell do you go for that jump. You should have went around and take the safe route.
Honestly,
I'm still
I don't
confused.
blame him because Rand, I trust Rand's knowledge in this track, but I don't know if he practiced enough with the car because this car does not like that jump at all. It tends to go sideways, which we saw with Rand. So I don't think this car is meant for that line. Obviously, we saw that as saw him make a couple more mistakes in terms of the bus station where he chose to go left instead of the normal, risky corner. I think that was simply because he already knew he was a bit behind and couldn't afford to take risks. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like Rand could have done a 259 like Mika did. He just made a couple of mistakes. But this is where it's most important to, not let your mistakes get you down, right? This is where you have to focus and you have to cook. You have to make sure that you're locked in for the next race, which is in.
Okay, I think I can explain this one.
Yep,
Okay, this
yep.
one was an ETA. I remember this TA because I spent hours on this one. So this one, you're gonna start by not hitting the bus stop at the start on the hairpin. Then it's a straight line. It's a pretty short track, but there's a lot of laps. There's a lot of laps of this track. Here, you're gonna try to take the inside. You're gonna try to take the inside, and then here is the game changer of them all. This is the bus stop cut. If you do the cut perfectly, you will not lose much time. It depends how you take this corner. It really depends. Can we have another run, Mr. John Reiser, please? It's called Wild Center. Wild Center. So here, we're gonna start with the hairpin. Watch out to not hit the bus stop and the wide end wall. Here, you're gonna try to not hit the flower pots, or and have as much speed together in the straight line here. And then you're gonna go here. You're gonna watch out for. You're gonna watch out here to not hit the wall or anything like that. And take here. You're gonna not hit the person breaker. Try to not hit the person breaker. And then here, do not hit the bus stops. Well, you have to hit the bus stops to take the cut, but try to not hit the trees at the exit. The more speed you have, the more momentum you will have, and that's pretty much it for the wall center.
Yep.
What do you think, Riz?
I think this is a track about consistency more than anything. 5 laps means it's like a Grand Prix in itself, right? It's like a mini Grand Prix where
It's an
consistency
endurance
matters
test.
more.
Endurance
Yep, it's an endurance test for sure, for sure. And I don't know. So far, I think Mika has been the most consistent one, always first or second. So I think this track will favor him. But keep in mind, it is a bit of a controller bias track, especially into the Percy Baker turn and into the it's just into the Percy Baker turn where you can get that smooth steering to allow you to have more speed. But I don't know. I don't think that'll matter in this such a tense situation. So let's see.
It's gonna be who does everything most consistently. So
Yep,
anyone's
yep,
game, anyone's game.
Yep.
Here we go, placing with a better start on random. We're gonna see a bit a hit from a random. Hit from random. I told you to not hit bus stops twice, but he did not listen, so he should probably catch up right now. Mika with a huge lead. I don't know how this man is doing that, but he has already a huge lead. Watch out to not hit the trees. Really close racing between FR and Payson and Ren. Watch out for any mistakes. FR takes the inside line.
Inside. Oh my lord.
That's insane. That's insane. Watch out for the cut on the bus stops.
Bus cut?
Watch out for the cut on the bus stops. Really good
Okay.
exit from all of these three players. Mika
But
with
Rand, I
still
think, got a
a
better
good
one.
lead.
Yep. I think
Uh,
Rand got a better exit. He could get in on this because he's already cleared all the obstacles because he messed up a bit in the first lap. He is catching up to both of them. He does not hit the flower pots.
FR,
That means
FR hit the flower pot. FR hit
Yeah.
the flower pot. He will lose 2 positions because of that. Here, Payson goes a bit wide. That's not what you're supposed to do. Random still in front. FR takes the still in the inside. This man is taking risk, man. This man is taking risks. here takes the cut on the bus stops. No hit on the trees. I think there was a hit tree by FR, so he will lose speed on Random. We haven't seen Mika since the start of the race, bro. I'm gonna be honest. This man is cooking, bro. This man is cooking. Here, close by thing between Random and FR,
FR
and
catches him. FR catches him.
there was
FR
a
does a better
there,
lap.
there was a slight mistake by Playson, which he lost a lot of time. We cannot see even on the camera. Unfortunate for him, FR overtakes Random, and it's
What
gonna
is
be
happening? He's
inside line
going for the inside
again.
line.
The
He's
man is
going for the
taking risk.
inside line.
He is getting paid off for taking risk. What are you doing, FR? Random gets a better exit.
Random catches up. But
It's
Random
super
messed up
close,
this in the last lap. Will FR do this better? He
bro.
went wide. He went wide. Ooh,
That
but it's so close between
it's
the two
so
of them
close.
right
It's
now.
so close. It can be
Oh
one mistake and it's over
God.
for one of these people.
I think Rand
Random
had a better
takes.
turn. Oh my lord. Okay, so going into this corner. Oh, Rand turns it a bit early. FR turns it a bit too late. Oh
No,
my god. FR
FR.
misses up.
It's over for FR. It's over for FR. He takes the inside line. He
Yeah,
can still come back. There's still the last
he can
corner.
still come.
It's a game
Yes.
changer of this track. Will he do a
There's two more
mistake?
laps,
Will
by
he do a
the way.
mistake?
There's two more laps. There's two more laps. Chill out.
Yeah. There's 2 more laps. There's 2 more laps. There's 2 more laps, bro. I know.
No,
I
one more lap. Yeah.
there's 1 more lap. There's 1 more lap, bro. I mean, whatever, bro. Okay, right up takes the lead on FR and Mika, bro. Look at Mika.
It's so
He
far away.
is 3% in front of Random. Are you seeing
Okay,
this man?
let's focus on this part. As Rand has to make sure he does not make any mistakes, FR still sticks to the inside. This man has insane balls to go for this. Rand, will he mess up the last corner? He will not. Does he? No, he doesn't. And that should be it.
That
That
should
should be
be
it.
settled. That should be
Look at
settled.
Mika, bro. Look at Mika. So inspirational.
Mika, what are you smoking, bro? I have to say this. Mika, do you have Yuki drill behind your ears, bro? You have he must. I'm gonna go on his stream, bro. Twitch.tv slash Mika26B.
Mika26B.
He's gonna have the most obnoxious UK drill behind his stream because this is what he does. Congratulations for your performance. But we're gonna talk about the other performance. Bad fail at the start for Random, which costed him a lot of the start. FR pretty consistent until that unfortunate wall hit right before the pursuit breaker, but it was pretty good for him. He did, except for that flower pot hit, which was unfortunate for him. But he is taking risks. He is taking risks by taking the inside light for the pursuit breaker. He is taking risks by he took risks. It paid off until it didn't, which was unfortunate for him. Playson, unfortunate mistakes from him. It's going to be rough performance from him. But overall, we did see some great racing from all of these players.
Yep. So, like I said before the race started, consistency was key, and Mika proved consistent to be the most consistent of them all. 0 mistakes. So wait, don't start in the race. So Rand says he's done. He is not done if you think about it. If he wins the last 2 races, he I think still wins it because this it's 5 out of 7 so far, right? So he just needs to win the last 2 ones and he might win. Before I go into the next track, I just want to point out that it was insanely close between FR and Rand, and it just came down to the fact that Rand just had better lines going into the track and made less mistakes, and that is what endurance tracks are all about, right? It's about making less mistakes. Yeah, since we have 2 minutes, let's go into cow run. You are not your eyes do not deceive you. That's an actual cow on the left. Don't worry. Shall I go on this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so that you can avoid those barriers by taking the jump in a very weird way, in a very track mania-ish way, by angling towards the right. I don't know if racers will do it because it's a bit risky. You might hit the wall on the right, or you might miss it, and that might need less speed. But let's see. You take this turn, a very weird turn. You are not supposed to brake for this. With the I-35, you're supposed to actually let go of the gas a bit and maintain a 260 exit. You go into this turn. This is just textbook stuff. You go into the golf course area. You take this left. You hit the grass. Make sure you don't have too much speed so that you don't hit the wall. You take it like that. That is pretty standard. Well done, John. You keep going onto the side, you keep going straight, and then you have a right-hander. Yeah, so this right-hander, make sure you don't hit the poles, take the inside. I like to take the inside like how John did. I like to hit don't make sure I hit so inside that I don't hit anything. Here, this is fun, I think. This is not fun for me because you have to go on the left. You have to make sure you don't do that. You have to make sure you don't hit the signs of the bushes. There is a certain line that you can do to make sure you get through that. And that will be very essential because if you can get that, that gives you at least half a second on that. So now you take these corners, make sure you stick to the insides as much as you can, go into the stadium section, make sure you don't hit any of the barriers, make sure you don't hit any of the toll booths, very important, make sure you don't hit this part. You have to brake here, make sure I like the inside line here more than the, going around. Gives me a good 270 exit speed if I can get that. Now it's just a straight. This straight is pretty cool, except for the end of it, which is a wall ride. Now this wall ride is tricky because you can sometimes mess up and hit the edge of this barrier, which could cause your car to fully stop. Make sure you don't do that. This section pretty standard. It's just heritage heights reversed. So you just could take this ride, take this jump. Pretty standard stuff. Take this jump. Now you're into the stadium and Highway 99 section. So just hope for the best in terms of these jumps. Very RNG stuff. You have to pray that you get good RNG here. So hopefully that will happen well. This part, I don't remember. I don't think you have to brake. So that's fine. Sometimes some cars you need to brake for that so that you don't hit the bridge. But I don't think you have to brake for the I-35i. Keep going straight. Keep going straight. This is a pretty tricky section. Make sure your car stays on the road and does not touch the grass, because if it does, it is pretty much game over in terms of momentum. Now you go into this section, make sure you're on the outside, touching the apex under the inside and maintaining good exit speed. You have to maintain good exit speed because of what comes next. You have to keep going straight. You don't take this right, which means exit speed is important. You go straight, you go straight, you go straight. This jump, make sure you get a decent landing because you're still going straight. Make sure you don't mess up here. You have to time your right turns perfectly or you might hit the edge of the barrier. Keep going straight, hope for a boost at that jump. This jump, you can hope for a 240 to 250 exit at max. Hopefully that is good enough. So you keep going straight now, you keep going straight. It's a long straight, I know. And it's even longer because you're going into the highway section. Now this highway section, a bit weird because you're going through the airport terminal side. So you are hoping that these bumps do not mess you up. It's very RNG. There is no predicting these bumps, so you have to hope for the best. Make sure you don't hit these water barrels on the left. Has caused many of my runs to collapse. This you can take without braking at all. Make sure you stick to the inside. Make sure you don't make any mistakes. Make sure your car doesn't understeer. Here, you are supposed to wall ride into the corner, so you just hope for that your wall ride is good enough. And that's the end of the track. So, very cool track. I personally hate it. This was actually fun. This was actually supposed to be the original qualifying track, except we realized that this track is hard to do with the AI in it. So we chose to go back to Ram Quarter. So the race is about to start, and take it away. Okay.
So, good track, bro. I'm here, bro. What do you mean?
Sorry.
Wait, no.
Sorry.
Okay. So this track, very good track. It's a long track as well, so it will test the endurance again of these players. Playson is missing, so maybe we might.
O cara achou essa porra de
É.
novo, mano.
Whatever that means.
It means he crashed.
I see. Lovely.
So we're gonna be talking about Calvin. So technically, Calvin is a long track. It's a staple of as well of World United because a lot of players have played it, whether it's in E class or S1 class, S2 class, whatever class you play with it, because it's a free class track. However, there's a lot that can ruin your race, especially jumps. The end corner is also something. The wall ride, anything can pretty much ruin your race. At least what I saw from the introduction by a race on this track. However, these players are experienced and know what they're doing. So we're gonna see we will see good competition for most of these players.
Yep. Now, just waiting for the code, please. Oh, I really don't like this track, man. There's a lot of elements to it that feels. It's not RNG, right? It's not huge jumps or anything that we are talking about here. It's just it just feels like this is not a track I want to spend my time sitting on. Yeah, and Mika is right. There should be a restart, John, because I think it's been 40 minutes. So, I think
So
he
we're
meant that's
gonna
my opinion. It came out as that's my onion. I think he's just very hungry. Uh, but yeah, this will be very fun because I don't know. I'm very curious to see how um, Rand is gonna deal with the fact that he is now behind Mika and he has to win the last two races if he stands a chance to win. So let's see, let's see. Um,
this means that the level is gonna be stepping up for both of these players for fighting for a chance. We're gonna also see potentially we might see potentially fights between I'm pretty sure it is FR and Playson because FR Playson did a good race once and he can potentially catch up on FR.
yeah. And we saw how FR and Playson can both play sport to the duel that Mika and Rand are having, right? We saw Playson take second place in Westpark and Forest, which could happen again. FR or Playson could mess up Mika or Rand in this next race because it's also current, which means you can make a mistake and it could allow the others to catch up to you, right? So
Yes,
for reference, I think a good time here would be around 351 to 353. I think Atom Bomb did a 351, but that's Atom Bomb. He's one of the
it's
fastest racers in the
Um,
world.
I have a little comment
So
on Playson. He said that on the Wild Center race he had to um, to quit the game to save his son because I don't know what happened with his son, but he had to leave really quickly to rescue him.
uh,
the
I
last
am
race,
sorry. Yeah, on the Wild Center he had an issue where he had to get off the game for a slight second and then come back.
that's
Uh,
really unlucky.
unfortunate luck for Playson. Hopefully
Um,
everything is good there.
yeah, I mean it should be right. It is coming back. Hopefully nothing's wrong. Um,
Yes.
Yeah, but that's so unfortunate, man. Because I've, I've, I understand the anger that, like, not the anger, the frustration that comes along with being forced to just stop a race that's so important at that moment. Um, but obviously, family comes first, right? So understandable. So now we are waiting for Randhomme to come online. Honestly, I think I rather than because we have been highlighting Rand's mistakes so far, I don't think it's Rand's mistake. It's just Mika being consistent. Because what Rand is doing is actually what normal racing is. You do make mistakes, right? That's what a normal human is supposed to do. What Mika is doing is stupidly inhuman. He is just not making any mistakes at all. And I think the last time I've seen this kind of, in terms of not making mistakes, is Silver and RX Firo. You might not know this end, but this was a World Evolved tournament thing. It was a 4 GT World Tournament thing, and it was just an epic duel between Silver and RX Firo. And that was the last time I've seen two players go dueling and just making zero mistakes. And Mika's performance today is so reminiscent of that because he's not making any mistakes at all whatsoever. And I think that's what is setting him apart from the field so far.
And now we are about
So
to start.
we Yep. Alright, so we go into the fifth race, cow run. Oh my god, I do not like this track, but we are forced to go along with it. So, ready? FR and Mika and Playson. Let's see how this will go. I have trust in FR for this trials because I think FR has practiced cover run a lot beforehand as well. So he'll show off his pace.
Alright, let's get into it.
Yep.
So here we go. FR starting in the back row. Kind of bad for him, but Playson will take the slower route, and Random and FR are leading this race. Mika is not far. But the rough start from Playson. Random leading for now. Not much to say, and we're gonna start with the first corner. First corner, watch out to not take it too wide. Good inside line by Mika, catching up to FR.
Yep. So this is pretty standard, like I said. This is what we saw in West Park Forest. Here you take the inside as much as you can because you want a good line going into the shortcut. Make sure you don't hit the ball. Mika make a mistake. I think Mika hit the sign. That's why he's falling a bit behind. But FR is very fast right now. He's keeping up with Rand enemy, catching up to him. But this is where Rand made a mistake last time. Then he made the mistake again. He goes a bit wide. He's a bit. FR goes so inside.
FR, you're trolling. FR,
FR,
come
and
on.
it actually he didn't lose any speed. And this is a very important section. Oh my lord, FR hits the wall, but FR is wall riding. FR is wall riding.
But Mika is catching up to him. Mika is catching up to him really quickly. This is critical for him.
This is very critical, but FR, I don't think it's so far behind it. All four of them are not that far behind. It's literally kind of equal. Now it depends on this chart. Can you just get the camera? Oh my lord. Okay, that's fine. All of them. I think FR messed up a bit. I think Mika might catch up to him. I think Mika
He's losing speed to Random. Random is doing a good run so far.
Yep. Very good from Random so far in terms of pace. We knew this coming into the day that Random in terms of pace is the best based on the qualifiers.
Watch out for the raw rides.
Nope. I think everyone has made it through the wall ride safely. Will anyone mess up this jump part? FR going
Random losing a bit of speed, but that doesn't really does a difference.
I don't think so because it's going into a straight right, so I think it should be fine, should be set. No one's making any mistakes.
Okay, here watch out for the bridge because maybe you can get killed by it. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't think so. You can make it safely. Ooh, so close, but
safe. Mika comes out of nowhere. Mika comes out of nowhere, and he is trying to overtake FR. Who's gonna have the better line? FR goes wide for FR, and Mika overtakes Random. Random is probably gone. He has 1% lead over Mika.
Which is huge in a long distance. For sure. Okay, so like I said, this is a long straight, which should favor controllers a bit more. So Rand should get some good. The jumps will determine a lot from here. The next two jumps could allow FR to catch up to Mika, or it could just widen the gap between these two. But it ain't catching up to Rand because Rand is far and away.
Watch out for the landing here. Good landing by both of the players. FR had a better lighting.
Ever so slightly, FR has a better landing. As it's going to turn, okay, now it's all going to be into this section and the wall right at the end of. That is the only way FR can catch up to Mika right now because Rand is far and away. Will Mika mess it up? No.
I think it should be settled for FR. It should be settled for Random, which is gonna likely take. Unless he hit a pole. Unless he hit a pole, but I don't think at this level. We don't do that, bro. We don't do that.
Oh, FR taking a very
FR taking a risk. One ride and slight slip, but it's gonna be Random, Mika, FR, and Playson.
Space on this track was insane. I think he made like zero huge mistakes, bro. It was really good from
really strong run from Random, by the way. I haven't seen much mistakes from Random. There was not much mistakes. FR likely trolling from taking the grass at the inside of the university section. Yep. I don't know. I don't know what was Bros cooking. Mika, unfortunate mistakes, but I guess he got it back into second place. And Playson had a really bad start, and he didn't have momentum, so it really cost him some points here.
Yep, for sure. And this is what I was talking about. Rand, in terms of pace, is unrivaled in this group. So it's when we talk about like in terms of pure pace, we saw exactly how important Rand's pace is. So this is exactly why I was saying, right? There are some tracks that favor consistency, and there are some tracks that favor um pace, pure pace. And I think this was one of those tracks where pure pace was better than consistency. And I think Mika made a couple of mistakes towards the start. Definitely the start in itself, I don't think he had a good starting position, which might have messed up his start. Rand's start was perfect, like nothing to change from that. Very good. I think Mika also made a couple of mistakes into the shortcut, where he had the sign but he managed to catch up to FR. FR, bro, FR is taking some insane risks. Definitely showing off his knowledge of the game, and as always to be an entertaining player, right? So very cool stuff from all of them. I think we are gonna be going on to the next track, which is Downtown Challenge, A class tune. So John, can you just give me a rundown on what the points are right now?
The points currently Mika with 15, Randhomme with 14, NFSWFR with 5, and
Ooh.
TopPlayson with 2.
All right. So this will determine who wins. If Rand gets the win, I think if Rand gets the win and Mika is second, that means there's a tie, right?
Yes.
So what are we doing if there is a tiebreaker?
In that case, we do a 1v1 with one of the backup tracks.
All right. Okay. Cool. So I'm hoping there's gonna be a good tiebreaker because we have seen insane pace from these both. Uh, but yeah, downtown talent. So the first section is pretty, explanatory. This jump kind of important. Make sure you don't mess it up. Um, there is a couple of really hard sections which I'll get into. The first being the upcoming jump. Now, the upcoming jump requires you to kind of sacrifice a bit of speed so that you get a good landing area. So you have to kind of hit the wall a bit. Make sure you're as close as to the right as possible because you see the space on the left, not much. This part's pure RNG, dude. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Taking this inside turn is very important. Saves you like 2 or 3 times. Make sure you do that. This section, like ramp quarter, very important. Make sure you break in early, take the apexes, make sure you don't mess it up. You need to maintain a lot of speed, make sure you don't hit the sides at the end. This is a bit of RNG also because if your rear wheels go in first, you get a small speed boost, which might take your car up to around 250 to 260. Very nice, very cool stuff. Um, so yeah, pretty simple track, but very RNG based. There is insane. Completely disagree with Randhomme. There is insane RNG. So let's see how it goes as we invite. So wait, I don't think is this the A class tune?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Great. So
So
in that case, should be fine. Yep.
we're gonna go
No one else
straight
is
into
joining.
the race, even though Playson and FRR. I think Playson might have crashed again.
Oh my lord, are you serious? Is he
No, no, no.
gonna
FR,
like?
FR is just in FR is just inactive and hasn't received the invitation. As for Playson, I think it is the same. We're awaiting for yeah. Just leave the group, please.
And you can just let me know if you want to go, but this is the last race, okay?
No, no, no. I can do the last race. I can do the last race.
And if
Um,
so, the situation is if Rand wins and Mika is second, we go into a tie.
okay, okay. So it is critical that Random wins this race to have a
Okay.
chance
Playson crash.
to fight. Okay, place in question again. It's fun. So here we're gonna see the situation. We have Mika with 15 points, Random with 14 points, FR with 5 points, which is probably gonna stay in that position. On Playson with 2 points. Unless Playson gets first and FR gets last, that's the only way he can change the positions. But or he goes in a tie and they go in a tie. But Random to have a chance to win, he needs to beat Mika. He needs to beat
Yep.
Mika, or Mika has to get a bad race for him.
And I don't
This
think
can
Mika is
be,
gonna get a bad race because Mika is just
yeah,
Mika.
yeah. The consistency of both of these players will will show how
Yep. Yep.
this race will go.
Give me a
Um,
second. I'll just go get
yeah,
some more
yeah, yeah.
coffee.
Oh,
Just till the race starts. Just 1 second.
so you know what? I'll interact with the chat while we wait on Payson. How are you doing? I see notable names. I see Will, I see Tigers, I see Sampaio, I see CP, I see FR, which is playing. I see CJ, I see Shaker, I see Vinny, and welcome. I see Korea. So welcome to everyone. Thank you for watching at the stream. We hope you really enjoyed this competition. And yeah, um, you must give the props to also to Riz, because Riz is literally up at as we speak. He is up until 4 a.m. to commentate that. So shout outs to him, and yeah,
Yes, Mark.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Shout out to N for commentating despite fasting for Ramadan and whatnot. I know a lot of my friends. Well, I don't. A lot of my friends do. So I know the difficulties that come along with it. So thank you for maintaining the energy that you are still doing for this race. And we go into what could be the final race. Maybe not. I am hoping it's not. I'm hoping for one more race, honestly, because I want to see a duel between Mika and Randhomme. And I think everyone who knows
I
these
think
two,
a lot of people want to see that. I'll be honest with you.
yeah,
I want to see that
yep,
as well.
yep. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully that will be very fun. But I think overall, very good performances from all of them, way more than I expected so far. I think it would have been really cool if FR managed to beat Rand in Wild Center, but it would not have set up this grand finale, penultimate finale before the final one. Also, I think it's really cool, and I think we should probably consider this going into the next event, giving 5 minutes before each race for them to practice. Like how Trackmania has warm-ups before the tournaments, I think giving them 5 minutes before to just practice the track and whatnot would be a good idea as well, because it also gives the organizers an opportunity to talk about the track, right? And the various niches the track may have, the players and the track might have with it, etc., etc. Um,
Th-
but yeah, yeah,
That is true. That like the practice. I don't know if anyone has been doing it since the start, but I don't think anyone has been. They were just AFK. But yeah, yeah, I can say that for all of the players, really good performances. This is high level gameplay, as I can even describe it. I wouldn't even be able to do that type of level. So uh, shout outs to the 4 players that are displaying a great sense of skill. And
yep, for
yeah,
sure. Yep. No, it's all up to them to see how they will convert it into the final race.
And PlayStation is having problems with his internet, so that's why he's getting so much crashes and he's taking so long to reload.
do you want to do something about it?
It's the last race anyway, so I don't think it's necessary.
Alright.
I just commentated about it because that's
All
what
right.
he told me.
I mean, okay. Um, Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the tunes that could be nerfed for the upcoming update that hopefully World United will release. Um. So a couple of them, obviously the soaps are getting nerfed. Thank the Lord. The soap trinity of Carrera GT, SLR, 722, think edition, yeah, and the RTRX all getting nerfed. Um, like a wise man once said, "Fuck the soaps." Good for that. Um, and I think a couple more, like a niche picks, like the 911 RSR 3.0 is getting nerfed, which I don't agree with, but the majority thinks it needs a nerf, so it needs a nerf. Uh, there's the E-Class cars, the Honda Civics that's getting nerfed, the Acura that's getting nerfed. So it's very interesting to see how the nerves will be applied. Will there be NOS nerves or will there be performance nerves? I think it'll be very interesting to notice, right? And I think this next cycle of time attacks will also be very interesting. Will there be time attacks? And if so, what are the time attacks gonna be? Um, because every time there's new time attacks, it's so interesting to just jump into the track with a car and hope that you have the right car. And if you don't, you have to switch cars and you have to learn your lines again. And you have to hope that you have enough pace to beat them. And it's all about learning new lines, new tricks, etc., etc. Right? So
As for
it's
me, as talking about the nerfs, well, as you may know, I'm the lower class player
yeah.
that just plays mainly. Well, obviously the main picks are basically the Civic SR EM1, Civic FG2, the Integra. Basically, any new car that would added while the Honda slash Acura update is one of the cars that I would be to say nerf because, well, especially the AM1, bro. The AM1 is just destroy, bro. There's a big gap of performance.
Yep, but more on that later because we are into the race. As you notice, every car is in A class. They just upgraded their brakes a bit and their engines, so that's why I think they upgraded brakes. So now they're in A class. As we go into the what could be the final race, take it away.
All right, let's get into it. Um, Good start by most of the players. Random with the slow start.
Could be a internet lag.
Uh,
Could be.
could be internet lag, but Playson up there. Playson can do something about it because he needs to beat
Yeah.
FR. But Mika,
No,
oh, there
no,
was both
run!
crashes. This might be GG's. This
It
actually
might be
might be
over.
GG's. It might
Oh
be
no!
over. Mika
Oh
just
my God!
has to take it back.
Oh my Lord! Rand crashes into the shortcut. I did not see that coming. And I did not see FR being in the lead over Mika. FR could cause an upset here. Let's see what happens because I think Mika might feel a bit pressure to beat him. If he's smart, he will just place cuts. He doesn't even need to. He just gets so good, such a good jump RNG that he takes the lead. FR with better RNG, they both take the inside. FR still maintains the lead. Mika loses a lot of speed on the jumps. Can we get Randhomme PLV? Because FR and Mika leading
Yeah, we need to see
the
the fight
start.
behind because Playson also can fight random. It might be a
Ooh.
case.
They're pretty
Yeah,
No,
far
I
apart.
think
They're really far.
Playson crashed. Playson crashed again. I think.
They
yeah,
are.
but I
Uh,
think the gap between Rand and Mika and NFR is way too much. It's 3% at least. So unless Mika makes a huge mistake, I think Mika has this in the bag. I think Mika has win Group A. Unless he makes a huge mistake here, he very easily could. He could make the same mistake Rand did to try to avoid the first wall ride into the turn. But so far, they have all seem to be playing it safe.
no
Yeah,
fails on the
Mika.
cut. No fails on the cut. That's pretty good from all of these players.
Yeah, I think Mika played it a bit safer, which is completely understandable. He really doesn't need to win. He just needs to come second now ahead of Randhomme. Rand is probably pushing hard. He is. He's reducing the percentage gap by bit, but he is also a bit too far away to make a huge dent into Mika's lead. The jump, does anyone make a mistake here? Nope. Very
Nope
safe from all of
mistake.
them. FR with insane pace. I think it'll be great to see him take a win. It comes down to the last corner.
but it looks like
I
Mika is
think,
playing it safe.
yeah, I think Mika doesn't want to take risk. I think Mika just has to beat Random and rather just finish than making a mistake.
Yep,
But
yep.
FR is gonna take first place on the last race, showing
Yep.
that he has also the level to compete. Uh, and yeah, so it's FR, Mika, Random, and Playson.
That is
Unfortunate mistake by Random, however, and Playson, because if it was not for that, if it
yep.
was not for that, I think we would have had a really good fight between Mika and Random.
Yep. And really unfortunate, I think, for Random. That shortcut entry is very tricky. As we all know. I have made several mistakes on that particular turn because, so to explain it, what he's trying to do is very simple. Could you go to your POV and just go to that place, John? If it's
Hello?
possible.
Hello?
Yeah, could you just go take us to that corner where Randy made his mistake?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to be perfectly clear, what Rand did is not wrong. That is what you're supposed to be doing, except he went a bit too much to the right. So I'll take you by step why that mistake might have happened because this is very essential for you to understand. It was not a rookie mistake like it looks like. It's a mistake that most pros make these days. So you go into this corner, you go by the Pacifica. Now this turn you try to avoid the right side. So you go as far as you can to the right to make sure you get the wall ride on the left perfectly done. So that you'll have a good entry into the shortcut because this what follows is a long straight. So what you get in the what wall ride you get in this shortcut is very important. And I think that's what everyone was trying to do, right? But I think Ryan just had too much space to make that corner perfectly. So yeah, this is the ideal line where you make sure you don't hit that barrier that Ryan did. You go a bit to the left, make sure you get the wall right done. And I think just Ryan just miscalculated that a bit. But yeah, GG's to everyone overall. What a race! Wonderful stuff
What a
from all of them.
tournament! I had enjoy. I was enjoying that from start to finish because of the level of the
Uh,
people, man. A
yep,
really insane level. I don't think I need to comment any further on the level of the people. Congrats to Bika for winning it. Great
yep.
fight from FR, Random, and Playson.
Can we
But
get an
yeah,
interview from Mika if it's possible? Can you ask John?
I have to
Uh,
leave now, bro. I have to eat.
Yeah, I will interview him. It's fine. You can
Good
take
luck
it.
on the stream, and yeah, it was N, and it
Thank
was
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you
uh,
so much, and have a good day.
alright.
Have a good one.
Could you repeat that, Reese?
Yeah, can you ask Mika? Okay, he left. Wait. Okay, he's here. Mika, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Congratulations. Insane pace.
Thanks.
Insane consistency.
Except the cow run, we don't talk about it.
Okay, we don't. Cover run. Yes. Okay.
That was a bit of a flawed track.
Yeah, but I'm very impressed with with your pace on Wild Center, honestly. Did you practice that track beforehand, or
No,
was it just track knowledge?
I just remember it from Night Riders.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, there is this.
So what did you think about today's race? Do you think it was very competitive? Do you think you had any challenges? Do you think that you could have made any improvements? What do you think?
I could have improved some of the tracks. I mean,
Yep.
considering the fact that I just, practiced a bit. There is
Mhm.
the Rand, who I believe he spent more time on practicing. Hats off for his some of the races, including the Ram quarter. He did it
Yep.
very well.
His pace on cover run was insane. 353 something without bug.
I mean, considering this group, which consists of the Apex Racing team, like the
Yep.
entire
Yep.
group,
Yep.
uh, I knew that I could not let my guard down. I'm racing with
Yep.
good drivers.
Yep. Yep. So genuinely, what a race! I'm so surprised that you know I'm just bamboozled by how fast everyone was, because if I was them, I would not be taking the risks that they did, right? FR with some of his lines, dude, you did not see them. FR had some insane lines, so just wonderful stuff. So
Hmm?
so just to clarify for the stream, all this does is eliminate the last player, which is Playson. Google
Correct.
GG's to him. It was I have to highlight place in beating Randhomme on West Park and Forest. Okay, do you? I don't think I don't know. I don't understand how to convey this, but West Park and Forest is Randhomme's home, right? It's his second best track after Highway 142,
I
and
mean, I saw like the way he took the concert push breaker, and I was questioning his decision. Why not take outside
yeah,
so you can make more speed?
I swear. I don't understand that, because I think that just simply comes from his belief that the BMW could take that corner properly, and maybe in his practice runs he probably felt like he could do that. But just to clarify, I think the reason why everyone goes on the outside is because you carry so much more speed into the straight and into the jump, right? Which is very
Yeah.
important, because more speed you have into the jump, the better landing speed you'll have. So I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to go for it because he believed in himself, and I wouldn't blame him for doing so. But GG's. So Mika, what did you think about the last race? Did you like let go of the gas a bit so that you wouldn't make any mistakes, or was it just FR going at full pace and just absolutely
Which
taking the
part?
track?
Wait a second.
The
Which part?
last one, the downtown challenge one.
I mean, which corner to be specific?
Did you let go a bit in the shortcut towards the first wall, right?
I let go a bit when there was a small uphill, like a small bump. I don't know
Yeah.
if I took it at full speed or not. I don't know. He just did it better.
Dude, FR space on Downtown Challenge was insane, dude. Like I was shocked because he was losing a bit on the straights, and then every time there's a corner, he was making at least 2 or 3 tenths on you. So that's
He
really good from
executed
him.
the corners better than me. So yeah,
Yep, yep, yep.
good shit.
But I have to highlight the fact that Random Space was scary.
It
And
was.
I think and I think it's a definitely a warning to the rest of the teams, especially to rival teams like Grip Runners or the Chasers, that Apex Racing is back and they are fast. They are very fast this season. So GG's, wonderful racing seen from all. So yeah, I hope you all have a great evening, and good night. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you in the next one, which
Well,
will
have
be
a good one.
tomorrow at 19 UTC.
I might drop
So
by
that's
to
17 UTC.
cast with you if you're there.
Yes, sir. Yep, I will most likely be there.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Alright.